What is up, guys? This is RizzyPOW, and this is going to be the semifinals for Season 7 of the NPL, the National Pokeball League. We, of course, are the Phoenix Sunflowers, and today we're going to be going up against Blake and his Baltimore Braviaries. If you guys did not see last week, we faced off against Trev, and that was a really good battle on top of probably one of the most proud teams I've ever built for a league match. I built last week against Trev. So if you guys want to check it out, it is the last video on my channel. So make sure to go do that. But yeah, this is going to be up against Blake and his Baltimore Braviaries. Last week, he faced off against Monotui and he did win. And Blake has been he's been pretty fucking lucky this season. I'm not going to lie. He did get kind of lucky against Mono. And he's been getting really lucky for pretty much, I don't want to say that, I don't want to Blake is a good player and all, but he's been getting lucky in pretty much all of his games in the normal season. So that's kind of scary. I did get lucky versus him in our normal season battle, but you know, pretty crazy. Blake, I don't know what's going on with him this season. I think he's been pretty lucky. He has been unlucky in certain situations, like against me. Yeah, anyways, yeah, I'm really excited to go up against Blake because I faced Blake many times in the format before, and I think this is the third time I'm facing Blake in a semifinals match. I think this is overall like our sixth battle with each other in the format, and Blake has been one of the people since that I've known in the community since pretty much the beginning. I've known Blake, I think it's like almost 3 years now. I met him in the major PL, and you know, we've been friends for a really long time, and he's the longest person I've known in the community that I still talk to, as well as Danicky. So that's pretty crazy. So I'm really excited to face off Blake in the semifinals. We faced off in Major PL Season 1 in the normal season and in the semifinals. I won both games there. Then we faced off against the regular season and the semifinals in Major PL Season 2, and I lost there in both of those games. And then last season in the NPL, we faced off in the regular season, and I lost, and none of us made playoffs that season. So now we're facing off again in the semifinals for this league, and I think Blake has 3 wins and I have 2 losses. No. Blake has 3 wins. I have 3 losses. Wait, what is it? Fuck. What am I saying, man? I'm 3-2 against Blake, pretty much, where he has 3 wins and I only have 2 wins. So I'm trying to make that score a bit even this season, or this time I play Blake. But anyways, you guys can see the matchups on the side. Now, I walked into this match. So after I faced Trev, I was really happy with myself. And the next week was honestly one of the worst weeks of my life this week, and it's going to be continuing as well. I'm dealing with a lot of stuff emotionally with my family, as well as I'm just having so much homework, and honestly, I don't think I was in the right mindset when building for this team. I hope I don't sound like it's a ton of excuses, but just a ton of stuff have been happening with me, just fucking with my head, and life's been a complete bitch to me these last couple of days. So yeah, I'm kind of upset at the team that I built for Blake. I felt that I could have been a lot better. If you remember, I did face Blake in the regular season, and I did purposely not show my team because I didn't want him to see my team, and I brought many similar sets. I brought a very similar drill. I brought the same exact Mega Aerodactyl, the same exact Greninja, the same exact Mesprit, and this very similar. I just changed one move on Kieran Black, but it's the same. And I didn't think that critically in this match. I don't think you should ever. I think you should, if you're doing a rematch, you should be building an entirely new team, because even if you did win, if you won, then you should definitely build a completely new team, because your opponent now knows how to play against you. They just gained an advantage, and if you lose, then obviously you should be building a new team because that team didn't work. So really, like, I should have thought more critically about this team, but I brought a very similar team as I did against Blake in the regular season, and we're just gonna get into it right now. I brought this Greninja, which was the same Greninja. You guys obviously didn't see this because I didn't show my team builder, but I did have taunt that game, and that's just because I can taunt Registeel from getting up rocks. I can taunt Vaporeon to prevent it from healing, and then I can spike stack him, and he does not have good removal at all. His removal is Togekiss, which one is weak to rocks, and I can also taunt Togekiss if I think it's going to defog, and two, Blake has really shown that he does not like running defog Togekiss. In this match, I think if he brings Togekiss, it would be a really good idea to run defog because it's not very good offensively versus me, especially with the combination of Mega Aerodactyl and Excadrill. So we can defog on like the switch-ins to them. Like you can run Toxic and Thunder Wave for like Aerodactyl to cripple it, but then again, I also have Excadrill, and you know he could run Aura Sphere, but then that doesn't hit the Mega Aerodactyl. So like Togekiss just really doesn't have the best matchup versus me. So, you know, spikes are going to be super good. And then I have these two coverage moves. Water Shuriken is really good for, you know, the Infernape. And just like, you know, good priority all around. And originally, when I was building for Blake, I knew that Blake was probably going to go with a more hyper-offensive approach versus me when I first started building. And I actually had a Scarf Greninja, and I really wish I kept that because it actually didn't do very well in the mocks. But again, I have to think critically, and Blake, like I knew that there was a very good chance that he was going to go with a hyper offensive approach versus me, and having a Scarf Greninja would have bailed me out of a lot of situations. It would have been good against Scarf Zygarde. I could Water Shuriken a Scarf Infernape that has Mach Punch. It would have just been amazing. I can U-turn on his bulk into a wall breaker like Drill because he has no switch-ins to Drill, as you can see from his team. And you know, I'll just get into that set in a bit, but yeah, let's just get into it now. Since I said I didn't end up running Scarf Greninja though, but this Drill is Earth Plate, and he does not have good switch-ins to it at all, especially with Swords Dance. Once I get up a Swords Dance, then like he kind of has to sack something. This is also my spinner, and with the combination of Swords Dance, it can beat a lot of his bulk, like Necrozma, like all of his rockers, it can beat besides Infernape. So if he brings like his Infernape with Stealth Rocks, that's actually going to be really annoying because it's going to make it harder for me to defog. And Mega Aerodactyl plus Kieran Black are very key components to this team. So having Rocks up is going to be really bad for me. So if he brings Z, not Z, if he brings like Stealth Rock and Infernape, that's going to be a bit hard for me to deal with. But still, this is my removal versus his team. And it is a wall breaker that if I can get continuous good switch-ins to, like he does not have anything for it. I outspeed his only ground immunity / resist, and I just Iron Head it. So that's in Togekiss, you know. So the next mon that I have, we're just going to Mesprit. This is the same Mesprit I brought versus last time. I did reveal like all the moves versus him, and it's just like a bulky Mesprit with Stealth Rocks because you know. It just, you know, I got rocks up versus him. I need rocks. So my next one, very similar to Kieran Black. I did change Focus Blast to Earth Power because I had a feeling there was not, like he might not run Registeel, and now he knows a Focus Blast, so he might be more hesitant to switch in Registeel. This also gives just me a more accurate way to hit stuff on his team. It just kills Infernape in one shot, whereas Focus Blast didn't. And you know, just really good. Like combination of Earth Power and Ice Beam is just good for his entire team. So there's that, and my next mon, these two mons were the same sets I brought versus last time, as well as, you know, I revealed everything about this set last time to Blake in that match. So my next mon is going to be Mega Aerodactyl, the same set that I brought last time against him as well, but it is it's a bit like I didn't reveal much things. I didn't reveal Toxic. He does know I have Roost on it, even though I didn't reveal it because I was talking to him after the game. And honestly, I almost always run Roost on Mega Aerodactyl, so I wasn't too worried about him knowing that. Toxic is just really good because like if he brings like a really bulkish approach, this is super good versus him because one, it outspeeds like his entire offense. Two, these two coverage moves actually beat all of his poison immunities, and then I can Toxic everything else. Like it, Wing Attack destroys Mega Venusaur, Earthquake kills Drapion, What is his other one? Registeel. Earthquake, like 3 KOs Registeel, since I am adamant. I have a ton of attack investment. And then I have a ton of defense investment as well. This helps me live certain hits. I forget off the top of my head. I think this is probably like, I live like a banded 1,000 arrows after rocks because it's neutral against Mega Aerodactyl on the first hit because, you know, it's flying. I think that's, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So I can live 1 after rocks, I'm pretty sure is what that investment is. And my last mon is this, and I was on my original team. I had a banded Blaziken against him, and then when I was rebuilding, I was thinking about bringing Gengar. Like I was bringing like a Wisp Gengar, which would have probably been really good in this match. But I brought Wisp with Hex Pain Split for the freaking Snorlax, and then I had Taunt as my last move, and you know. I ended up switching this with Clefable just because, you know, helps me a lot versus his offense. Like, it can always take a hit from Infernape and Zygarde. Banded Zygarde actually can't 2-KO me unless it goes for Iron Tail. So that's really good. And I can Moonblast the Zygarde and kill it, and I can Psychic the Infernape and do a shit ton. Psychic is also really good for the Mega Venusaur, and if I can Calm Mind on the switch into Mega Venusaur and then Calm Mind again, Sludge Bomb actually won't be able to 2-KO me. Even if he's modest, because I have this little bit of Spadef investment, it has no chance to 2-KO me with modest Sludge Bomb. So that is pretty cool, and that is a team that I did bring versus him. Again, I didn't have like the best game plan going into it. I was thinking that, you know, he'd probably bring a semi-Sosh team, even though I did say like earlier when I was building that he's probably going to take a different approach to this this team that he's going to be building. And yeah, I'm just a bit of upset at myself. I didn't build the best possible team, I feel, against him. Now, the team I did build against him was pretty good, but it just wasn't the best. And for a playoff team, I think I should have built a bit better and spent more time on it. I just did not have enough time this week, and I didn't think critically. I was also really confident this match because I felt my matchup against Blake was really, really good. And I think I also did get a bit too overconfident when I was building for Blake, which, you know, that's actually, you know, not a good thing. You don't want to be overconfident. So that's pretty much it. Sorry, this team builder is pretty short, but let's just get right into the actual battle up against Blake. Alright, we are here with the actual battle up against Blake, or Moxie Infernape 5. Make sure you go check him out. His link will be in the description, as well as all the other coaches and the Discord, as well as their Twitter and all that kind of stuff. So make sure to go check everyone out. That's you know, you should definitely do that. But anyways, this is the semifinals, as you guys already know. If you guys watched my team builder, I wasn't going in too confident with the team. I was more confident like in the matchup and in my playing abilities, but I wasn't able to think properly in this match. I think one of the main reasons, I don't want to give like a ton of excuses or anything. I just want to say it because like I need to improve myself. You know, I need to make sure I don't make mistakes like that. And I said in the team builder I wasn't able to think critically. I need to be able to think critically while building. You know, like it's just like a lot of like kind of like mind games that go into building. And you know, I need to like, you know, think more critically. I fucking said think critically like 6 times. Anyways, I actually made a pretty big mistake when I faced Blake. Now, when I usually do league battles, I like to go to the study room in my college, and like, because I don't want any distractions. But the study room I went to was far away from everyone as possible, and I just kind of like my privacy, so I go in there, but it is a much bigger room as well, so I have a ton of space as well, which sometimes I do actually walk around a little bit when I do league battle, just because it helps my mind, like it helps my mind like just like think properly. And what ended up happening is that it was really early in the day, and I don't use this study room really early in the day because a ton of light comes in, and the sun was in my eyes, man. The sun was in my eyes. Yeah, and it's just kind of annoying when the sun is in your eyes, you know? Yeah, man. If you guys don't understand that meme, it's Maddie when I think when he lost some game, he said the sun was in my eyes, and he used that as an, like, it was a joke, but I like kind of used that as an excuse, but it wasn't like, he didn't actually mean it. And, you know, it's just a joke, but, you know, the sun was actually in my goddamn eyes when I was playing. So maybe that was a bad idea. Should have probably moved in the middle of the battle. Anyways, I'm kind of dumb. The reason why I'm saying that is because I'm not really proud of how this battle went, and I'm kind of upset at myself. And, you know, we'll just go into the battle, but I knew from my prepping, I knew that I want to lead off with Excadrill, and I was going to lead off with Excadrill again, just because if you look at his team, you know, if he leads off with Necrozma, which is a really good chance it'll be his rocker, it might be Infernape, but if Infernape is his rocker, I doubt he's going to lead off with it, because I've shown that I really like to lead off with Mega Aerodactyl, and I did lead off with Mega Aerodactyl the first time we played in the normal season, so I already crossed out Infernape from being a potential lead, and versus everything else, Excadrill matches up very well. So I'm going to lead off with Excadrill, and he leads off with his Necrozma. So first turn, I'm going to SD because I outspeed everything on his team besides Drapion, and I have a feeling that I'm a Jolly Drill. I have a feeling that Drapion is probably not going to be really fast in this match, and even if it is, it will not be able to one-shot me with anything unless it's like Life Orb, Aqua Tail, or I guess Earthquake. But, you know, I believe in my bulk that I'll probably live one of those hits. I don't think he'd be Life Orb in this matchup anyways. But, yeah, he would never go hard in Infernape on an Excadrill. So I'm just going to SD right here because this allows me to 2-hit KO the Necrozma, and he also has no resists or anything to Earthquake, so I can just fire off a hit. And so what I do first is I go for the Rapid Spin because, you know, I need to make sure rocks are off my side of the field for me to have a good chance at winning this game. And if that means sacking my Drill, that's completely fine, because this turn right here, I can go for an Earthquake and really weaken his Necrozma to the point where it's pretty much useless. And I can go for a Rapid Spin this next turn, even though it means sacking off my Drill to this Earthquake from Necrozma. And that's fine because Necrozma is super weakened. He will not have a chance to get up rocks in the future. And I have rocks on Mesprit as well as spikes on Greninja. And if I can hazard stack him, he won't be able to get hazards on my side of the field. And he does not have any way to remove hazards. So I pretty much, hazards are off my side of the field, pretty much guaranteed, because everything on my team outspeeds Necrozma except for Clefable. But if he's going to get up rocks against a Clefable, I'm going to just Calm Mind up on him and I can potentially win. So I'm just going to go for the Earth Power right over here as it kills off the Necrozma. And he's going to go out into his Snorlax. Now, I was thinking this is probably going to be like a Curselax. I was really, like, last time from the consensus, what I got from fighting Blake is that he had a Snorlax with Curse Recycle, and I was expecting probably the last two moves to be Return and Earthquake, and I felt like this time he would most likely run Ice Punch over Earthquake just to be able to hit my Aerodactyl hard, as well as it still hits all of my normal resists and immunities pretty hard. Like, it still will hit Drill, and it will still hit my Gengar hard. So I was thinking that he was probably going to be that set. As you're going to see, he's going to reveal Heavy Slam, and Heavy Slam does nothing to Kyurem just because I'm pretty bulky, and on top of that, Kyurem like has a lot of weight, so Heavy Slam's like base power is really low against Kyurem, and that's all right. So I was thinking that I was going to be able to wall this Snorlax. Like, I was confused. Why did he go for Heavy Slam? I guess he was predicting my Aerodactyl, which, you know, makes a lot of sense. That's actually a really neat play. And from this damage, I can tell it did 21% to my Kyurem Black, about 21%, 2021. And it looks like he's not Adamant Max Attack, but he has a lot of attack investment. He's doing about the same damage if he has 252 in attack. Now, I don't know if he's 252 attack. He might be like 100 in attack plus Adamant Nature. But he's doing that amount of damage, so I can at least gauge his damage versus the rest of my team if I need to. So right here, I'm just going to stay in and go for an Ice Beam. Now, I kind of misplayed right here, I think. Should have probably gone to Mesprit maybe and got up my rocks or something like that, because now that this Snorlax is toxic, I don't really need to worry about it at least sweeping my team. So maybe I should have gone out into Mesprit. There was no way I was going to go Aerodactyl after we revealed Heavy Slam. But right here, I'm going to stay in, go for the Ice Beam, as he is just going to go for an Outrage. So he's revealed Outrage Snorlax, which is really cool. And, you know, it makes sense if he saw, you know, he's if you look at our first game, I had Toxic on my Kieran Black as a way to neuter like any curse recycle Snorlax from beating me, and he saw this as one of the potential ways for it to be a Snorlax check, and he ran Outrage, which is really, really cool, as well as Heavy Slam, with Aerodactyl being like the other like kind of counter to Snorlax. But yeah, right here I'm going to switch out hard into Clef because he's going to get another round of toxic damage, and yeah, I'm just going to go out into this, and he's going to get confused. I don't take any damage, and he's going to use up his Figgy Berry. So right here, I'm actually just going to go for a Moonblast because I wasn't sure what he was going to do. If he stayed in, I was going to get a ton of damage off on him still, because like I was going to get some damage off on it plus toxic damage. I felt there was also a really good chance he would go hard out into Drapion, and I wanted to get a ton of damage off on it when I could, instead of going for a Calm Mind and being forced out. So right here, I'm just going to go for Moonblast, as he actually goes hard into Electivire. Now, I'm not sure why he made this play. He took about half from a Moonblast. I'm still kind of confused because I'm expecting this thing to be like Banded or, some boosting item to be able to 2 a KO Clef. So right here, I think I just went hard out into my Mesprit. Yeah, I was kind of confused what he was going to go for, and he went for Volt Switch. So it looks like he doesn't have any boosting item. So I wasn't sure exactly what his set was right now, but from that damage, I can see he doesn't have any boosting item, as he is going to now get into his Drapion. But, he forced my Clef out, which if I just stayed in, I would have been a pretty decent position. And this is like kind of annoying position now. I have a very bulky Mega Aerodactyl that can take on whatever Drapion wants to do to me. I'm expecting this probably be Shuckle Berry with Aqua Tail, which can do a ton to my Aerodactyl and actually to a KO it. The thing about that is that I like also Blake is a very aggressive player, and I think he realizes that he doesn't have the best matchup. So I was thinking he was going to play really aggressively right here. I know I live a knockoff if he even wants to go for that. And I'm just going to get up my rocks. Use this as an opportunity because I think there's also a very good chance he's going to go for the Aqua Tail, as he does not. He actually just goes for the knockoff straight up. So that kind of sucks. My Mesprit is weakened, and I still have Clefable to take hits from a lot of his offense, which is really nice. So it kind of sucks that Mesprit is weakened, but it's fine. I'm actually now just going to go hard out into my Aerodactyl, and after this knockoff, I can guarantee live a Aqua Tail because he's not Life Orb or anything. So I'm now just going to go for an Earthquake because, I have no reason not to. I'm weakening this Drapion, as he does reveal the Shuckle Berry, and he misses the Aqua Tail. Now, as I said before, Aqua Tail would have not killed my Mega Aerodactyl, but that Aqua Tail miss still does suck. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It really does suck. What I could have done, I'm assuming the Aqua Tail would at least do over 50% to my Mega Aerodactyl, but I'm really fat. I didn't calc it, but if it did like less than 50%, I might have been able to like roost up and then force in a miss. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've done more still than 50%, so I don't think I would have been able to do that. But right here, I'm just going to go for the Earthquake and kill off the Drapion. So we're looking in all right position. Mega Aerodactyl is looking like a really nice win con because I have Rocks up, and if Electivire, like it can gain a lot of momentum versus my team, but it's going to keep on taking Rocks damage and weakening itself, potentially in range of Water Shuriken from Greninja. As I don't know if it's Scarf yet. He's going to go out into it now. Which now I'm assuming this Electivire is Scarf, which is kind of weird. I don't know why he went Electivire on Clefable. I'll have to watch his video to know what his thought process was at that point. But he goes on Electivire right here, and he can just go for a Volt Switch. Right here, I decide to sack off my Mesprit because it is very weak at this point, and it's not really going to be doing anything to his team. It got Rocks up, which is all it really needed to do, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't want to go Clefable because Clefable was just going to get weakened, and it's a potential win con that I need to keep healthy for this game. And he was just going to gain momentum. If I knew he was going to go for Thunderbolt, I would have obviously went Clefable, but he's going to get damage off on me and then get a free switch into something like this Mega Venusaur. So I'm going to go into Mega Aerodactyl when he goes on to Mega Venusaur. Also, by sacking off Mesprit, I gain momentum because he went Venusaur, and now I'm going to go out into my Mega Aerodactyl. I was thinking about going Kyurem, and the reason why I didn't go Kyurem right over here is because there's a really good chance that he was timid Mega Venusaur, and I had a lot of bulk. The reason why he could be timid is for Breloom, because like you want to outspeed Breloom with Mega Venusaur, because it can, if it's like really fast Breloom, it can SD up on your switch into Mega Venusaur, and then maybe go for a Natural Gift Psychic, or maybe a Facade if it has Poison Heal, and like potentially to KO you. But if you outspeed it, you always get the Sludge Bomb off versus it and kill it. So I didn't want to go Kyurem Black in case he was timid, because then he would outspeed and then he would be able to go for a Sludge Bomb and just kill my Kyurem Black. So I'm not just going to go for the Wing Attack, as you're going to see he actually misses a Sleep Powder. Now this miss really sucked. I think the Aqua Tail miss mattered a lot more, because we don't know how many turns of sleep I would have gotten right over here. If I only got one, it wouldn't have been a big deal, but if I got more than one, it would have been pretty bad. So I'm not just going to go for an Earthquake because it kills it, and in case he does want to pivot like into Electivire, if he can live a Wing Attack, I go for the Earthquake because it guaranteed kills it. And right now he's going to go out into his Electivire to check me, because he is Scarf. Especially at this point, I'm pretty sure positive he is Scarf, and I'm just going to sack off my Kyurem Black as he goes for another Volt Switch, and that's going to kill it. So right here I'm looking at potentially Greninja winning this game with Water Shuriken, because now Electivire is in range of Water Shuriken. If I can weaken, Infernape is in range of Water Shuriken, and Snorlax is also really low, so maybe I can beat that. And it's also toxic. It's not low, it's toxic. So maybe if I can weaken that, that'd be also good. Another win con at this point, like even Aerodactyl can be a win con if I can kill the Electivire with a Water Shuriken, or if I force it in like 2 more times, it dies to rocks. And then Clefable is obviously another win condition if he's not like Z Blitz Infernape, because Snorlax should not really be 2-hit KOing my Clefable with my spray with Heavy Slam. So I can Calm Mind up on that thing and then kind of spam Softball versus it until it dies to Toxic. And then if he is like Scarf Infernape and not like Z move or Band, then he won't be able to kill my Clefable. And if this is special Scarf Electivire, I will have Calm Minds up and I'll be able to take hits from it. So right here, I think I go out into my Clefable because I thought that was the best thing to go, because it lived a hit from pretty much everything and was able to get damage off. So right here, I'm going to go for the Calm Mind, as he's going to go for the Heavy Slam and do about a bit over 50% to me. And I'm just going to spam Softball right here, and he's going to be doing a bit more than 50% to me, but I'm going to get, you know, poison damage off, and I'm going to keep on doing this until he's in range of a +1 Moonblast. So I'm going to keep on spamming Soft Boiled, as, you know, that's pretty cool. And at this point, I actually almost went, instead of taking, like at this point, obviously I had Moonblast, but right around here, I was really debating about going hard out into Greninja, because at that point, he'd probably be in range of a Dark Pulse or something. And then I got to keep Clef as healthy as I wanted, as healthy as I could. I could have kept Clef, since Heavy Slam was doing a bit more than 50%, to be able to take like a Thunderbolt from his Electivire. So that's what I was thinking about right here, but I decided in the end just to stay in with Clef and go for the Moonblast, because it looks like I should be winning this game with the combination of Aerodactyl plus Greninja either way. So I'm just gonna keep on spamming it, as you can see, and I kill it with the Moonblast in the end. And now he's gonna go out into Infernape, and I'm gonna go for a Psychic because I have it, and that should do as much damage to it. And he's gonna go for the Flame Charge. He has Flame Charge, which is kind of scary. He actually told me after the game this was Z Blitz, Mach Punch, Close Combat, Flame Charge. And this would have not actually won the game, because my Aerodactyl was so healthy and it was like bulky, it would have actually not died to a Close Combat, but he would have been able to outspeed my Greninja and go for a Mach Punch. And then, you know, I would have Greninja, I would have gone Aerodactyl first and lived any one hit, and then Greninja would have been able to pick off the rest of his team in Scarf Electivire with Water Shuriken, because it was so low. But I actually just Oko with Psychic with a crit. Now the crit probably didn't matter. It was a roll 25%, like it was a 25% in my favor to Oko him right there with his investment. But if I didn't Oko him right there, he would have not won the game still. I would have won. So kind of sucks I got the roll because it would have been cool to see, playing it out. But I would have still won this game. So it wouldn't have been that bad. But right here, now I can just go on to my Greninja and go for the Water Shuriken. So we ended up winning this match. And we're going to be going to fucking finals. Now, that is really, really huge for me. That's what I really wanted out of this season. And I think there's actually a pretty good shot that we can take this entire league. Now, sorry about the commentary. I'm really, really tired right now. And honestly, I've had such an awful past couple of days. I've been, actually crying. I've been just so much shit has been going on, and I feel like dead right now because I'm so tired. So I'm really sorry about, I don't like, after recording this, I don't feel like the commentary was that good, and I want to give good commentary. I like when people enjoy my videos, and I want people to enjoy the video. I don't want you wasting your time if you watch the video, but hopefully you guys gain something out of it. Again, I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I feel like I could have prepped a lot better, and I only won. Well, if he did land the Aqua Tail, and if he did get that sleep powder off, it would have definitely helped him. It would have not guaranteed him a win, but it would have it would have given him a chance to win. Whereas with all that hacks, he did not really have a chance to win. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, he would have not guaranteed one, but I felt that the odds were in his favor to win. And honestly, I think he had really good prep. That Snorlax was amazing with Outrage and Heavy Slam. That was really good. That was really good prep. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. We're going to be going to finals, and we're going to be facing off the winner between Gypsy King and the Verd. And honestly, guys, I'm gonna give it my all against whoever I face. I hope it's not half-assed. This wasn't half-assed, but I just feel like I could have done a lot better. Like, I'm a bit disappointed in myself. And I honestly think Blake should have won this match. And complete props to Blake. If it wasn't for that hacks, there's a really good chance that he would have won. And it's just shitty that this game comes down to rolls and all these stupid dice rolls. But yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry if I wasn't myself today. Hopefully in the next video, which is probably going to be a UBC video, just summing up my season so far, because we are in playoffs for the UBC. And then after that, it'll probably be the finals of the NPL, whoever I face. But I'm going to give it my all for those two videos. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.